Pick up your phones and join us live on air.
Hello and good afternoon. Welcome to another brand new edition of the Sporah Show. My name is Alaka here, and we're here to bring you some fantastic topics. Now, before we begin, we've just got a schedule change that we'd like to inform you about regarding our repeat show that airs on Saturdays from 7 to 8 p.m. We've got a slight change to it, whereas this episode, for instance, is not going to be repeating this Saturday coming. However, it's going to be repeating the Saturday after next. And the Saturday coming, you're going to be viewing the episode from the previous week. So basically, the episodes will be repeated every fortnight. So just to let you know, to tune into the correct one that you want to catch up with. And so without further ado, we're going to carry on with the show, and I've got my co-host here, Esther. Hi, Esther.
Hi. Hello.
Hello. Welcome to the show. How are you doing?
I'm good. I feel great. It was such a nice weekend. And it's a nice kind of summer. Is this summer?
Is this summer?
Is it summer?
Is it summer?
Yeah, I'm loving it though. I have no complaints.
Well, you've been dealing with because obviously you do curation, data curation for Twitter.
I do a lot
I want to know about how she did, guys, with the elections. Obviously, you know the Nigerian elections are on, so I'm really curious to what's been going on. How was it for you?
Oh my gosh, I know that our Nigerian viewers out there are just as tired as I am. Why don't we know the results yet? Why did INEC take so long to mention state by state results? These are things we don't need to know. But it was interesting though. I love the fact that they have some kind of process for their campaigns and their elections. But Shibi, is it Senegal? Senegal? They did their elections, their voting in 2 days. Nigeria. Come on,
Nigeria, come on.
Yeah.
Come on, what's taking so long? With the 100 million population, surely you should have enough people to tally up those votes, correct?
Quickly.
What's going on? You know, people are waiting. People are getting impatient. You know, people need to know the results. How many days has it been?
It's been, when did we even do the election? Saturday. Today is not Saturday.
So basically, I think, wait a minute. It's Saturday. You voted on
We voted on Saturday.
Does that happen?
It should be the next day we get the results. But today is not Saturday, INEC. Can we please,
Oh, that is so weird. I've never actually ever known. I didn't know that people can vote on a weekend. That's interesting.
It was actually delayed. The voting process was delayed. Yeah.
Well, that makes sense now.
I know, yeah. But welcome to Nigeria.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. And so basically, obviously, as you can see right now, it's just myself and Esther. After the break, we're going to be joined by our other co-host, Theodora Ibekwe. And we also got our special guest who's come all the way from Zambia, Cleo Ice Queen. So we got great things stored in for the rest of the show for you. So when we begin, we'll start with Esther. She's got a great topic for us, which I think is going to be so much fun.
This is going to be loads of fun. We're going to talk about something that's all on our minds, and that is traditional dating. The idea of dating when a guy meets a girl, he asks her out, gets her number, but in this day and age, I feel like dating has changed a little bit. So my topic is, has traditional dating died? That sounds a bit harsh, but maybe, I think dead is the right word. Yeah. Has it died? Do we not do that anymore?
What's your take? Do you think it's dead?
I think that, like you mentioned, we talked about this earlier today. Traditional dating hasn't died, but I think it's more evolved, and the guys that grew up in this digital age don't feel the need to put in that old school effort anymore. Like, you have Tinder, Bumble, Christian Mingle,
PlentyMoreFish.com.
I didn't even know that. And there's so many now. All you have to do is just log in, and suddenly you have access to hundreds of thousands of different kind of women, and you don't need to go outside and go to that girl and say, "Hey, can I get your number?" You just need to swipe or click, and suddenly, like, you have immediate access to her to have a conversation.
See, I think, obviously, I personally do not think that traditional dating is dead.
Yeah.
I mean, I did see a response that said traditional dating is dead and gone. I was literally...
That's dramatic.
I was just like, oh my gosh, how's it dead and gone, you know? But I honestly don't think it's dead and definitely not gone.
Yeah.
I just think, like you said, it has evolved. Personally, would I do online dating? Would I respond to sliding in the DM? No, it's just not
Why not?
It's just not my preference.
Why?
It's not my preference because I'm very weary of stalkers and I'm very weary of psychopaths out there who can pretend to be what they're not. And in as much as we can CSI them on the internet, trying to find out who they are, there's some people who are very, very good at concealing their identity.
Which is
and
true,
putting on a whole persona that you think, oh my gosh, they seem like they're so amazing. Look, oh, they were taking a picture with children in the hospital, you know, and that could all be a front because people are that crazy.
I do believe, I get that.
Yeah, you know, with that said, you know, some people, I've got a friend who got married, you know, met her husband online dating, and they're married, they're happily married, they've got a beautiful daughter.
You see?
So they've got something successful. It's just something I wouldn't you know, prefer because I want to meet the person and kind of feel them out to say, is it a yes or no? I want to swipe them left or right
in real life, yeah.
Okay.
Which is very, very true. But I think the idea that there are crazy people online is very much like this 1990s, early 2000 view. But if you think about it now, if someone like yourself is online, then another person, if you yourself are online, then another person like yourself is surely met online as well. Yeah. Like a normal person who has a job, who pays bills, and isn't stalking innocent women online. It exists. Like,
it does exist. It is a risk that you have to take, obviously, just like it's a risk you have to take in real life as well. But it's just something for me, my stamp of approval for me not to use it is my stamp of approval that it's a no for me. I mean, for other people, they can go ahead. I mean, viewers, what do you think?
I would like to know what other people think as well.
If you are successful in online dating, if you've ever dated someone online and, you know, you're doing really great, or you've gotten to get married, or do you prefer to meet people in person? Give us a call. Our lines are currently open. Give us a call. We want to hear your views. We want to hear. Like, it's always interesting to hear other people's perspectives.
Absolutely.
So give us a call. You know, we're listening. We're here to hear your point of view. And so, okay, so you seem to be very much into the... you're veering towards online dating. Have you done online dating?
Of course I have. I'm a woman in her mid-20s. I feel like majority of us, if not all of us, have some kind of profile online. I'm a Tinder person myself. I love a bit of Tinder. I met my last boyfriend on Tinder, actually. And he wasn't crazy. He wasn't weird. He just happened to be a cheater. But that's another story for another day.
And you met him where?
Tinder. But you can meet a cheater IRL, so it really doesn't matter. So he could be online.
She's such an onliner. She literally used acronyms for in real life.
IRL,
for those who don't know, she means in real life. Like, really, girl?
I'm sure you guys know. You all know that IRL means
IRL, yes. Most of like, is that a website?
IRL.com.
Exactly.
I met my last boyfriend online, and it was quite a nice experience up until the cheating part. But I've never had a problem with meeting someone online because... it just feels kind of natural to me. You make friends online. You add people you've never met before on Facebook. People follow you on Instagram that you've never met before. So what's the difference between just swiping right on someone you find attractive and just meeting them in real life? I just don't feel like it's...
I don't know.
It's not that deep for me.
It is that deep for me. Like, I literally am... all my close friends, all the people I'm close to, the people I surround myself with, I have actually met them in person, either through introduction, through a party, you know, just through something that's been a social, comfortable, safe environment. Safe environment. Like, for me, safety is key. You know, that's why I don't go the extra mile to take the leap into online dating. You know, not saying that I'm against anybody. Like I said, anybody, if you are into online dating, that is your thing. That can be your shtick. But it's something that I do not dare try because I just find it way too risky. If you watch the crime channels and things like that.
She brought up crime channels.
Yes. If you watch the crime channels, you will find that so many people, there's even one that's actually dedicated to stuff that's happened because of online meeting and things like that, where people have been murdered. Hey, there was was it 16-year-old who met a girl online and they were gamers together online. And he went and killed her. Literally found her address and I think through communication went to her place and murdered her or something along those lines. You know? And then let's not forget catfishing. Hello.
Yeah, well, everybody's catfishing somebody. That ain't new.
No.
That ain't new.
There is catfishing and then there is catfishing, okay?
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
they say
crazy.
all of us women, because we love the good old filter,
Ew.
they say we're constantly catfishing, but whatever, right?
No. We just know our angles, okay?
Right.
We know our angles.
But like, yeah, with catfishing, you know, that can be quite dangerous. And I think there was a show, a reality show that recently started, I think on Channel 4, called The Circle. And it's the ultimate example of how catfishing can work. Personally, I actually enjoyed watching The Circle.
I thought it was
actually
interesting.
enjoyed watching, yeah, I enjoyed watching The Circle. I think it was funny. But to think that I can't remember the guy's name. He got away with being this cute, demure, home, girl next door type personality who he utilized his girlfriend as, utilized her pictures, and got away with it to the point where the black guy that was in the house, he fell for her, only to find at the end that it was a dude. And he didn't take it too kindly, But long story short, they're actually now good friends. However, it did display a perfect example on how bad catfishing can be for individuals who are on the other side of the screen, especially people who are susceptible.
Absolutely.
To, they're impressionable, they're young, and they're not even supposed to be on the internet in the first place. Quite frankly, I don't think we should be allowing our kids up to a certain age to even be having certain types of mobile devices with access to the internet. You can't police everything, but I think...
I mean, I do understand it in that perspective, that online dating can be dangerous, but there are success stories that come out of it as well. My friend, whose wedding I'm going to at the end of this year, she met her husband. I keep trying to say boyfriend. Husband.
Fiancé.
Her fiancé. She met him on Instagram. He slid into her DMs.
Oof.
Like, sliding, I don't mind that. I feel like that's the new kind of love letter, because not all DMs are good DMs. Some DMs are things that you did not ask to see. I don't want to see any pictures that I did not ask for.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, but some DM, like, I feel like that's the new kind of love letter. Sliding into a DM and saying, I love your pictures, you're cute. Hi, can I have your number? I think it's like, it's what, when you were in class, when you were in secondary school, the guy would slide a note across the desk. Now we slide into DMs.
I'm sorry, I can't stop laughing at this.
I think that's so cute.
The reason why I find this so hilarious, just even the terminology, slide into the DM, it just sounds so slimy.
It sounds
so
weird,
creepy.
yeah.
It sounds so creepy. That's what I'm just like, when someone slides, I'm like, oh, it just gives me the hibba-jibbers, as they call it.
Hibba-jibbers. It's creepy.
It's so creepy.
But when it's the guy you're actually attracted to, suddenly...
You see, in person, they would pass a note. You see, that sounds nice.
Passing the
But
sliding.
And when people say sliding the DM, it sounds like, okay. And normally, right, for me, my take on the whole sliding into the DM is like, whenever people slide in the DM, they're looking for nothing but nookie.
Sometimes it's a guy that's genuinely interested. I mean, I guess I'm a glass half full kind of person. I think even though social media is a scary place, it's a fantasy place. There is like,
it's a great place.
It's a crazy place, but there's some like light in certain spots of the internet. Did you say she said pray, guys? There's light in certain parts of the internet. I've met some nice people from the web, even like some friends in like different kinds of LinkedIn circles or business circles. Like, if you can meet those kind of people, you can meet love. Yeah, like you can find your husband on Twitter. You can
on
find
Twitter, people
with
how many characters? 200 and something characters now.
200 characters. They know your personality. You can slide into your DMs, and the next thing you know, you're mad. It happens. Like it really. But beyond like online dating, when I say traditional dating, do guys like stand up, walk over to a girl in a bar and ask them for their numbers anymore? Because I feel like that's not happening as often as it used to. Because there was a statistic that came out a few months ago saying that people are not having as much sex as they used to. And that's because they're not dating as much as they used to before.
So do you think the statistics are actually basing the not having enough sex on because there's so many one-night stands they can't keep track of the stats? Because I honestly feel like people are having way too much sex.
I think because
like
we're
way
more
too
like
much sex.
sex.
Yeah, and
we're
so as
more
a result, the
now.
statistics I think maybe have been geared on people who are actually in a proper relationship having sex. Maybe it's that. Because I feel like there's way too much now, unless people are boasting way too much and just lying about
That's
it
what
online.
I was gonna say. I think
people are just flexing for the internet, for the gram.
I was gonna say the same thing actually. We are talking more about sex comfortably, but I don't think people are having
acting
as much
upon
sex.
it.
Yeah.
Well, that's the case. That's good. I'm good. I'm happy about that.
I'm happy about that too.
Less
but
STDs to go around. I'm just saying.
The shade.
I'm just saying.
Shade. No STDs. But I'm also thinking that maybe it's because guys, not as many people are in relationships anymore. Let's say 40, 50 years ago, if you went out with a guy once, you're going together now. That's it. But now it's like, just because I saw him doesn't mean I can't see Tom, Dick, and Harry as well. I feel like we're just not dating in that same kind of way.
No, there's a lot of three-way relationships where sometimes it's two guys and one girl, or two girls and one guy, and they call it, what do they call it? In New York, apparently it's really, really popular in America.
Are they all dating each other?
Yeah, like they're literally like
polyamory.
Polyamorous, yeah, that's it. So that's apparently a really, really common thing. So that, I think, has had an impact on traditional style dating, where like literally a couple now approach a single person, do you want to be a part of us? And you're like,
no,
what?
I'm not sharing.
Hold up. You know, so I think in terms of approaching at the bar, I haven't done bar hopping in like years and years and years, so I don't really know whether that part of it. However, when it comes to people just approaching you, because sometimes, you know, they'll approach you in the grocery shop, you know, at the supermarket, that sort of thing. That's happened to me, you know. One of my favorite places, the Poundland. I was in a Poundland, and the guy was trying to get my number from the Poundland. I'm like, bruh, I'm in a Poundland. You're trying to get my number in a Poundland. You see, if I was in Gucci, I'd be like, okay. Yeah.
Then I know what kind of guy you are.
At least I know that you're working hard, but we're both in the Poundland. So.
But if you're in Poundland.
Exactly, we're both in the Poundland. So it's like, for me, I know I'm in the Poundland. I can go from Gucci to Poundland, but I'm just like, no.
But why are you
and so this is me like squeezing my earphones. Sorry, I can't hear you.
All of a sudden, I
can't see. But people, I think they still do it. I think they still do it. Yeah. I think maybe women are a lot more stronger, a lot more intimidating these days. And so sometimes, yes, I think some guys feel a bit intimidated to approach because they don't want to be turned down badly. You know, I think a lot of guys are used to being turned down, but these days guys don't want to be turned down badly.
So do you think it's an ego thing?
It could be an ego thing as well. Could be an ego thing. So it's a balance, I think. It's a bit of a balance.
I think it might be an ego thing. And I also feel like it's because guys have so much easy access to girls anyway. If you go out to the club, guys will ask certain girls out. But I feel like they don't feel like they need to put in as much effort, because all they have to do is just swipe. There's no point in like putting that much effort.
Thank you next.
Basically, they don't feel they need to commit, and it seems like also this cheating culture seems to be like
it's like the norm. Exactly. But anyways, guys, you know, hopefully you can give us your comments. Write to us on social media and we can check them out afterwards. But for now, we're going to go on a break where we're going to be joining us is going to be Theodora Ebikwe and Cleo Ice Queen. Woo! So see you after the break.
Slow down the tempo. Love me how you feeling on my hips, so XO, you know your body make me feel like so. We don't slow down the tempo. Love me how you feeling on my hips, so you about to give me fever till the morning light. You about to give me fever, but you do it alright. You about to give me fever till the morning light. You about to give me fever, but you do it alright. Burning with that fever, 100 degrees up. Heart's on fire, I'm on my knees up. You got the keys to ease me, but you tease me, but make me a believer. Tell me you got Z's for these other girls, freeze them. Call me mamacita, you're only señorita. See you a gentleman, and I love your manifesto. Pump my adrenaline, monga TV na calypso. See, boy, I've been searching for you. My body's been longing for you. I've been thinking of only loving you. So take me now, hold me now. You make me come alive, you make me hot, you know. XO, you know your body make me feel like so. We don't slow down the tempo. Loving how you feeling on my hips, so XO, you know your body make me feel like so. me all I need back. Can't help myself, you put a spell on me. Knew you were trouble when you set your eyes on me. But here we are, way past first base. And you're filling up on my brand new red lace. We're living out our fantasies by the fireplace. Temperatures is rising, pump the brakes. These are memories that we be making now. You will remember me, oh na na na. No one has, no you now. Staring at the sunset, me in a nice dress. Boy, you so bad, you do it so damn well. Oh, XO, you know your body make me feel like so. You know, slow down the tempo. Loving how you feel it on my hips, so. XO, you know your body make me feel like so. You know, slow down the tempo. Loving how you feeling on my hips, so. You about to give me fever till the morning light. You about to give me fever, but you do it alright. You about to give me fever till the morning light. You about to give me fever, but you do it alright.
Pick up your phones and join us live on air.
Hello and welcome back to the Sporah Show. Thank you for joining us back online, and we are live as usual. So once we start our discussions, make sure that you join us, give us a call and join in on the discussions, and we want to hear what your feedback is. And so as you've noticed, as we've just come from the break, there was the fantastic music video, XOXO, by the awesome Cleo Ice Queen, who's come all the way from Zambia, and she's here with us, and we're joined once again with our co-host, Theodora. Cleo, welcome to the show, ladies.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. It's so fantastic seeing you. Look at with the lovely pink hairdo. What inspired that?
Pink and blue.
Right.
Pink and blue.
I know.
Oh my God,
And
it's
blonde.
wonderful.
Yeah.
I feel like I should have got a collar now.
Right? Join the rainbow.
Not too late.
Yeah,
Not too late.
Join the colors of the rainbow. So Theodora, how you doing?
I'm okay.
Yes, how's been your week? More shopping?
Fantastic.
What are you doing? What have you been doing?
Always.
Always.
Nice.
So Cleo, you just joined us. You don't live here. You live in Zambia, correct?
Yes, I live in Zambia. That's right.
So tell us, when did you get here? How long are you here for?
On Saturday, I was in Manchester first. I came with Chivas Regal, a whiskey.
Oh, nice.
I think it's a French whiskey. Okay. And they're trying to get, their brands more visibility in Zambia. And they engaged me as an influencer to come with them just for this particular campaign where Chivas takes on Manchester, and we went to watch the match.
Right.
Manchester and Liverpool. And I'm a huge Manchester fan ever since I was 10 years old.
Oh, wow. So you're a proper football fan. Are you ladies football fans?
I don't know what that is.
Oh, behave yourself.
I don't what is football.
I don't watch football.
I don't watch football. I don't know why she's saying she doesn't even know what that is. Look at this girl.
Why
are you acting like you're just born yesterday?
You're like it's a music band.
The millennial people don't know about football.
They're team too much.
Yeah.
They're literally team too much. I don't personally.
No,
I don't
the
like
millennial
football.
people do not know about sports.
Apparently, millennials all hate sports. No,
Oh, but they all want to marry ballers.
it's just
Tell me about it, basketball, football.
Exactly.
You need to learn the sport before you can find the fish. Is it?
I want to use that. Look, you like that lifestyle. So listen, basketball players, football players, they get paid way more than your so-called bankers. So
I'll come and support you, babe. I'm not gonna play. I don't need to. Yeah. I'll be in the crowd waving. Good job.
Oh my god. So obviously, before we get into the next topic, Cleo, I just want to find out a little bit more about you. Obviously, I know that you're a presenter, you're multi-award winning, you sing and rap.
Yes.
You know, she's literally multi-talented. And you currently have, I'm not sure exactly what's going on, you currently have a reality show in Zambia right now.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Esther's like, oh.
I want to watch.
Why is it about?
Ever lifestyle reality show in Zambia.
Right.
It's about me and two of my friends.
Right.
Okay.
So, you know, we were actually on another show called Dreams, which is a talent
Dream
search,
Zambia, yes.
like idols.
Okay.
So I was the presenter, them two were judges with another judge.
Right.
And then after that show, we kind of developed this friendship. So it's Tandy, Kuni, and myself, two girls and one guy. And we just started, you know, attending all sorts of events together, red carpet events, shows, this and that. When my friend has a show, Kuni sings, the guy, he sings. And he's a fashionista. And
He
then
is, I've
Tandy
seen him.
is an actress, and she's also the stations manager for Phoenix FM, where I work for the Drive
Right.
Time show.
Amazing.
Okay.
And so, you know, that whole, us being out together all the time, fashion forward, everything got so much attention. And then the channel approached us and said, we want to do a reality show so people can see what's beyond that whole glitz and glam that people see. So it's called the Lusaka Hustle.
Yep,
Lusaka is the
yep.
city we're
Yeah.
from. And yeah, the
Do you have it
Lusaka
on
Hustle.
YouTube or something like
It's
that?
not on YouTube
No,
yet.
you see, this is,
no.
I swear, DSTV, can I just say, DSTV have got the worst manners. You know how, like, they can watch ITV, they can watch, like, when we've got X Factor, they can watch it because of DSTV.
'Cause they
can watch
pay.
certain things, but we don't get anything that DSTV owns
Yeah.
here, like, not even via satellite. Like, give us something. Like, if you really...
I think that's about your satellite here.
we
wanting
don't
to get those.
yeah, but
those,
DSTV need to have an agreement in order for it to actually be broadcast.
I see.
Yeah.
Let me see what I can do. There's
Yes,
definitely people I can speak
talk to them, man.
I
We
think
like to see some of this
if we could
content.
partner with like even Ben
We
TV,
want to also
would
go
be
on
good.
social media and
that
go,
would be fantastic.
I didn't like that dress, Cleo. What were you
Yeah.
thinking?
Yeah.
Do you
It's
hear
about
now?
time
She
that
said
us, you know,
they could partner with Ben TV. That's a
They
good
could,
That's a
idea.
good one.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I'll look into it. Yeah. So there's
That would
lots
be
of
nice.
business involved. It's the
Right,
hustle. It's all of
right.
that.
I would
It's
love
the
to watch.
hustle. Oh, that sounds
Fantastic.
interesting.
We need
But
to
obviously-
we need to intertwine as you know. I think black people all over the world, Africans all over the world,
Absolutely.
and you don't
I
have
think
to be
it's
black to be
important.
African.
Yeah.
You know,
I think it's
that's why I
it's
think
vital.
Africans all over the world, African American, African European, African
I
Australian,
agree.
whatever.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think it's vital. I think it's vital because at the end of the day, if we are not going to push forward to represent ourselves, no one's going to do it for us, you know.
Absolutely.
And basing on like an interview that I did with the actor Hakim Kai Kazim, he said, you know, it's up to us to tell our own story. Otherwise, no one's going to tell our story.
Absolutely, yeah.
You know, and I sat on that and I was like, you know what, that is actually such a brilliant thing. It's true because that's why you find that when we watch shows, we're always the servant or the slave or the token black person in a sitcom, you know, that sort of thing. You know,
You're
we
bored
need to be
already.
able to have
Exhausted with it.
exactly.
Yeah.
We need to have the token white person. You know,
Exactly.
we
That's
need to be
true.
able to do that, and for that to happen, like you said, we need to be able to kind of band together.
We need to intertwine.
It's important.
Yeah.
It's very
Absolutely.
important.
All around
It is
the world.
important,
Yeah.
yeah.
Now, speaking of your show, obviously I read some things online where there was some controversy
Yes.
about people calling it to be banned.
About Kuni, the guy in the
because
show.
Kuni being basically
He
very
showed the thigh.
eccentric.
Basically, he was wearing shorts and a throw over.
Yeah.
Right.
And you know, he's very fashion forward, so obviously he'll dress very
Eccentric.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
And so when he sat cross-legged, and then you know he was wearing short shorts, and we're at a day spa, and I think we were on a phone call. So the picture of the thigh went viral. The thigh went viral.
What? A
Yeah.
guy's
Like
thigh?
this?
Yeah, his thigh.
A guy's thigh?
A guy's thigh. I mean,
That-
he's got lovely legs.
I
You
was
know, we
gonna
always
ask,
tell
was
him
his
we're like
legs
all
nice?
friends. Your legs are so nice.
You even
know?
noticed it.
Yeah.
As in, we're his friends.
The
Obviously,
fact that
we
they were
compliment
even
each
looking, we
other.
should be questioning the
But
people
that's
going,
the thing.
Yes, sir.
And that's
Why
the
were
biggest
you
thing. They're
looking?
like, no, you're promoting immorality
Wow.
and homosexuality in Zambia, so we're going to ban the show.
Oh my God.
They banned
Oh.
the show for like 2
What?
whole weeks, and
Wow.
they had to get us security to move around because
No.
we were
That
getting
sounds
death
like
threats
jealousy.
and things like
Really?
that.
Oh no, it's not even jealousy.
It's like-
it's
it was-
more
it was
a cultural thing. It's
a
more a
national
cultural
That he has
thing.
sexy
Yeah.
thighs? What is
That's
the
deep.
problem?
That's deep. No, it wasn't even the
It's
sexy
personal.
guy.
You're
It
thinking
was
like
the
millennial
homosexual
in the
thing.
West.
Yeah, you're not understanding.
The
They
West.
were looking at it on the perspective of the homosexual thing. They've got a real issue with
Yeah,
that.
Zambia is a
That's the African
Christian
thing,
nation.
Yeah.
It's a Christian nation.
Zambia is a Christian nation.
That's
Christian
ridiculous.
nation.
So
Because that's
anything
not a
that
Christian
goes
like thing
against
to
your
do, to attack
Christian-
people. Christians are not supposed to attack people.
Exactly.
You don't do that.
I mean, we
'cause
could
it's
go
bad for
on
us.
and on about the topic, and besides, none of us have got the proof to say, listen, he's homosexual or he's gay or whatever.
And whether
none of us
even
have
it's none of our
actually caught him
business.
in the act. None of us have seen him.
Right, right.
You know, exactly.
Right,
so
right.
I don't think that's the
Yeah.
right way for
No,
the
but
channel.
even showing his thighs doesn't mean he's showing it
No,
for the men.
exactly.
He's admiring him anyway.
Exactly, so true.
crazy.
So it's controversial. That's why it's a controversy as of now.
Wow.
The show is back though, but I hear that the IBA, which is the International Broadcasting Authority or whatever,
Zambia, yeah.
Has
Are they
asked to
challenging?
ban it again.
Oh, for
Wow.
goodness sake.
Do you know what?
They should put it for
PR
us
is good
online.
PR anyway.
Yo, we're like,
no names.
It's good
Anyway,
PR,
that's
and
good PR
also,
for
if
you
worse
as
comes
well.
to worse, they should just put it on their YouTube channel, and they'll get money off of that anyways.
Exactly.
Adverts and everything, and we get to watch it too.
And we get to see his thighs.
Exactly.
I get to watch it. You know what I
You
mean?
should have
I'll definitely work on that once I get back home.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Right.
You should have an episode on YouTube so people can know about the show.
Because I think that would be pretty cool. And so obviously, as we've got Cleo here, being a woman in the entertainment industry, facing all kinds of challenges, evident as it is, and next week being International Women's Day, we thought we'd surround the subject of Cleo on why is it that there's an imbalance of Black women's treatment in the workplace. Like, Black women are literally treated differently, where to the point where they even get 20% less in salaries than their white counterparts. They're asked not to have their afro hair. They're asked to change their demeanor in the way they speak. You know, we are basically being told to speak more Caucasian sounding, more or less, you know. Why is it that there's such a high expectations for Black women? And that's not just in the white culture, even with our male counterparts, or even in our own communities, where a Black woman is expected to be almost subservient, even in the workplace, where she probably has more qualifications and experience than her subordinate. Why is it that there's such an imbalance towards the Black woman? So that's the question that we're asking. And so, how's been your experience? Obviously, you are working in the entertainment. You know, it might be the entertainment industry, but it's also the entertainment business. It is a business, it's a place of work.
Definitely.
How has it been like for you as a woman and trying to stand your ground with everything coming at you?
Okay. I feel for entertainment, it's a little bit different from the workplace. So I could simply say, you know what, I don't care. This is who I am. Take me as I am. I want to have my hair pink today, brown tomorrow. I want to keep my afro. I want to have short nails. I want to talk like pigeon all day. I want to speak Nyanja or whatever all day.
Right.
Like, take me as I am.
Yeah.
That's the entertainment industry.
Yeah.
And for me, that's how I am, and that's how I embrace other artists, because that's what makes an artist. It's about their individuality. When it comes to the workplace, though, because I do have sisters, like my sister works at an insurance company back home, and for me, I feel like more so there's no colorism much at home, back home in Zambia, because we are the majority, the Black people are the majority. Whereas here it's different. I know, like, we've walked into restaurants here and we're like the only group of Black people, you know. And we walk into restaurants, besides our videographer or whoever is white and maybe our host, the rest of us are like Black, and, you know, everybody's kind of like, looks like, oh, okay. Not too much, not too long to make it rude or impolite, but just enough to just be like, okay, you know. So I can only imagine what that is like. And it's one thing being a Black person, and then it's another thing being a woman on top of that. So I would just say to all the women, like, you just have to stay strong, embrace who you are. I know it might be difficult in the workplace, especially if it's part of your rules and etc. But there was this case in South Africa of a young girl that was going to predominantly white school. And she had her natural hair, and it was a big afro. So they kept telling her, you need to either braid it or something, but we can't have this because, you know, other kids can't see on the board. You know, there's all sorts of... there's a picture of her actually standing up to a teacher and like, this is me, this is my hair, there's nothing I can do about it. This is how I speak, this is who I am. You know, I can't change that. So I think it doesn't have to be a violent fight. It can be... a fight within ourselves to say, let's embrace who we are as African girls. I keep my natural hair. I don't have anything against us wearing wigs or weaves or anything.
Absolutely.
But I do it very deliberately also because I have daughters, and I want them to see me with my natural hair. I want them to know that it's how we should be, you know, before we can put on any other decorum to ourselves. This is how we are. This is how we should. So I've kept my natural hair, I think, for like... maybe 3 years now. I think 3 years now. From 2015 there about, that's how many? 4 years. So 4 years now, since we're in 2019 now. And it's been a journey. I've changed colors, I've, you know, shaved the sides, I've experimented so much with it. And I feel like when it's at that short level is when you can do the most with it, because once it grows into an afro, it's so much fun. You can color it even if it breaks. You're just like, okay, let's go again. Next
I think
color.
there is a fun part about having an afro. Like, I've kept my afro, I think I'm nearly going 10 years now.
Wow.
I dye it blue all the time.
Nice.
And it's a proper, I imagine it. Blue? Where?
I wonder what that was.
You know, and I have fun with it. And if I feel like, oh, it's getting a little bit out of control, I can cut it. Whereas I think when you're relaxing your hair and things like that, when you cut it, it seems like it's a mission to kind of get it to grow because it's got so much chemicals in it.
To be relaxed.
Whereas when it's afro, it's perfectly fine. Whereas if it's afro, though, it seems to grow back a lot quicker because I think it's in more its natural state. It's got nothing that's hindering its progress and its growth.
That's
you
true.
know, that sort of thing. So
it's just about finding what's comfortable and what works for your hair at the end of the day. So the beautiful thing about being a black girl is you can be a different girl every day.
Absolutely.
Right.
You don't need another girlfriend. I'll be somebody else tomorrow.
Exactly.
You be your own girlfriend. You be your own girlfriend.
No, but I do like what you said about the workplace because I am one of the minority in my workplace. I think altogether in the entire company of about 400 or 500 people, there's 7 black women, and then together as colored women, I think there's about 12 colored women in the entire office. So being in the workplace as a black woman, you do kind of feel a sense of lack of familiarity with the white people. You put on a different kind of voice to more fit in, and not because you're not comfortable.
No,
with
it's
your
like
own
a speech.
it's like you automatically, like subconsciously, you modify the way you speak and the way you pronounce certain words to make your white boss.
Enunciate more.
You enunciate a few words to make them feel a bit better or to feel more comfortable around you. Even when you're like, actually, Mr. Whatever, this looks like it's wrong. There's a way you kind of set yourself back, like act a bit gentler so you don't come across as like aggressive or the
angry black woman.
Do you know how many
and it's
times
a shame that you have to
you know what? I don't try to speak in a certain way to make them feel comfortable.
Good,
because I try to be me because I realize that you know, some of them pretend not to understand you.
Oh my God,
that is so
but
annoying.
They want you to understand them when they
Exactly.
speak. Why would I understand you when I didn't grow up as a white girl?
Exactly.
I grew up in Africa. I should speak like my people.
Yeah.
I don't have to modify my way of speaking so you can understand. Why don't you modify your speaking so that I can understand you? So I don't really do all that. But I've not really, anyway, experienced any of this kind of bullying when it comes to maybe
I don't think
your
it's
kind
bullying.
of hair. And, you know.
No, I think for me, when because I was in boarding school here in Kent, and we were only 4 black girls in my whole class, and in the entire school I could literally count all the black girls in my whole school, and it was predominantly white and then a lot of Chinese and Asians in the school. And it was the first experience I had with racism, period. Yeah. Because we had our, what we called our house, what do we call them? House sister or something like that. Yeah. And I remember I wanted a pair of caterpillars at the time because I was such a tomboy. And so I didn't want to use my pocket money. So I called my dad and I said, can you please send me this money because I want to buy these shoes. But because if I use my pocket money, all my money will be gone. It's like £80. We're talking about the 90s, okay? Oh. Yeah, that was a lot of money. And so my dad sent me the money. I went to check for the shoes, but they didn't have my size. And so they said, look, leave your details. We'll contact you if we find it in the warehouse. Okay. So they called whilst I was in class and obviously spoke to her. And basically what ended up happening is when she saw me, she's like, oh, you received a call, Ethel. It was regarding a pair of boots that you wanted. Oh, I did not know that you could afford a pair of boots. And I'm looking at her, I'm like, this is a private school. How do you think I got here? I had to get on a plane. My dad had to pay the fees. I have to afford this whole school uniform. And I was like, you think I can't afford a pair of boots? Like, and it was ongoing. She would say things like, oh, you know, in Africa, it's a good thing you're having your teeth done here. In Africa, you had to, you know, and I was like, what the what? And it was kind of like that. And literally, I'm looking at the situation. I'm like, I'm here with a whole bunch of other white people on the same level playing field, paying the exact same fees, right? And I was a full-time boarder, which means we had the highest
Probably
fees.
higher fees.
Right. And I'm like, how is it that you know, and it's like literally that's how some people think when it comes towards black women.
Yeah, that's true. Because in fact, what you said now, that reminds me of a show, a women's show that I watched, you know, from America, I think The Real or something like that.
Oh, The Real?
There was a topic that was, you know, being spoken about, similar. And the topic was, what's your take on, you know, a certain school in America banned the kids from wearing expensive winter jackets.
Oh yeah, I remember that. That was a trending topic a while ago.
That's ridiculous.
I didn't understand.
So you want them to have cheap coats?
Yeah. That your problem is not my problem.
Yeah,
Becky.
exactly.
Okay.
Becky.
I don't care.
Okay, I went to a boarding school in Zambia. Okay, it was also like one of these very expensive all-girls school and everything, and they had this rule at the school. Once you enter the gate of that school, everybody is equal.
Right.
It doesn't matter whether you're coming in, you're a minister's child,
right,
or you are on a bursary program, or you're on whatever. Everybody walking through these gates, you're equal. You're allowed the same amount of things. One Walkman, or if it's a Discman or whatever. No cash.
Wow.
In school. Yeah, no cash in school. Everything is provided. Food? They provide food. They feed you 6 times a day. You can go, there's 3 compulsory meals and 3, snacks that you can go for. And then at the tuck shop, they'll put your money in there, a certain amount, and you can only use your 7 kwacha or whatever per week, which is every Tuesday. Right. If it runs out, it runs out.
That's good.
No, that's
keep the balance.
Yeah, that's good.
And I feel like sometimes in a community, when you're raising children need to be somehow a little bit, molded in a way, so you can't just let them be and be like, oh, here, child, because I've got millions in my bank account, here, take 10,000. I don't really agree with that.
That's why I think it's important.
I love that about the children, because then when you grow up, you know about equality. We have people coming in from New York, from Saudi Arabia, from different
such
places.
thing happens in most schools in Africa. You have prospectus, you ask your parents, pay a certain amount for this, everybody. But what I'm trying to say in effect regarding that jacket is, if they do not want that person or the kids to wear expensive jackets, there should be suppliers supplying jackets for the students.
Like a school uniform where everyone can purchase the same one.
So this was like a casual clothes.
Yeah, because in America they hardly have uniforms.
Why wouldn't you wear your jacket? It's a winter jacket, for goodness sake. When you get to school, you take off your jacket.
That didn't make no sense.
That didn't make any sense.
If I can afford to buy my kid this jacket, please don't bother me about my kid's jacket. Is the jacket for you? Do you want to go shopping for me? Like,
it doesn't make sense. It made no sense. And I'm like, at the end of the day, cheaper jackets as well, knowing very well, like the winter, us living in a cold country. Yeah. I've got the coat that I've been coming in when it's been really cold. That's a really expensive jacket. I was fortunate to get it on sale, but it's a really expensive coat. Yeah. But oh my gosh, it's amazing. It's waterproof and it keeps me so warm. And so if I was asked if I got that for my child, first of all, it lasts longer, it's more durable. So we're looking at durability as well. Sometimes when things are cheaper, they are made in a cheaper way, which means the durability is not going to be as long. So people need to bear that in mind. And I think it was a very unfair thing to do. And I think whoever it is, the decision makers, whatever they call them, the board of directors as they call them in America, I think they were very wrong to do that. And I think there was a level of jealousy. I think they started feeling, you know what, my child, I can't get my child this, so I'm going to go ahead and make sure that everybody knows.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's kind of crazy.
And if I get that, what are you going to do?
Oh my God, exactly what are you going to do? Oh my God. So anyways, we're having so much fun, but we need to move on obviously to the next topic, which is Theodora. Theodora, you got a great topic for us. Yes. Let's hear it, Theodora.
My topic for today is, if you discovered the night before your wedding that you were cheated on, what would you do?
I know my answer.
We had this discussion backstage. I said I'll burn everything. Everything. Wow. Burn, and then burn you out of my life.
I don't feel like I'm that fussed. I think, okay, well, this is what you've decided. I'm not going to get wrinkles and pimples because you cheated. I'm not going to put in the effort to burn your clothes. I'll just close the door. And that's what happened with the last guy I was dating. He cheated. I didn't even tell him I knew. I just texted him like, this isn't working out. Good luck with the rest of your life. And that's it.
Don't give him the satisfaction of knowing that you know.
Silence is the most powerful thing.
Yes, let me respond to you. You're talking about the last guy you dated. It's not wedding, no. This is not wedding. It's a different ball game when it's wedding. We're talking about we're talking. I mean, what you've just said now. I don't waste time for such a thing.
Yeah.
I don't really waste time if I'm dating someone and I'm not married. The relationship has not actually led to marriage, and I see you cheating. You're just a small fish. Put it aside and move on. That's just a small fish because there are so many of them that I can choose from. You know, but what I'm trying to say in effect is when it's wedding, you have decided to take on this person. And everyone has been invited. Food has been paid for. The decorations has been paid for.
Money has
gone through. The wedding is the wedding.
I still think that there's a way.
The wedding is the next day, and you've caught him cheating last night. What would you do? Let me tell you something. As I sit here now, I would not really know what to do until I have experienced it. It's difficult to say what you would do because you don't know what to do. First of all, it's possible that you invested your money in that wedding.
Of course.
You've taken loans.
Joint effort.
Exactly, joint effort. And then your parents maybe traveled from Africa to England for your wedding. And then you found out. What would you do?
You can't get married.
Cleo,
but I tell you what,
to say something
like I always go back to my Nollywood. I watch a Nollywood film as well. You know what? I watched a Nollywood film where this happened. But it was the other way around. It was the lady. It wasn't the man who. It wasn't the lady who found the man. The man found out that the girl went and kissed or whatever, slept with her ex, something like that. He caught them, but the girl did not see the man. The wedding still continued. It took place. They had the wedding the next day. But before the wedding, the man was always all over the lady. Was too possessive of her. He still carried on like that until after the wedding. Then after the wedding, they got back home. He never spoke to that girl. He didn't eat the food. It was going on for months.
I want to hear it.
And she
was about to say something.
Yeah.
So I want to hear what she has to say.
Yes. So then what happens after that? Like,
it's carried on, in fact, until I think...
He killed her.
Did he kill her? Yeah.
I don't. He killed her, you know.
I can't remember if he killed her, but he did not show love to her anymore. He allowed the wedding to take place.
I watched that movie. He killed her. He killed her at the end.
So you wouldn't really know what you would do until it happens to you.
Africa,
it's wedding we're talking about.
First things first, okay?
Yeah.
Even if you were to try and speak to somebody on the side and say, listen, this is what I found out. I need to call the wedding off. They'll be like, my dear.
Don't.
That's
true.
It's too late.
There's no such a thing.
Yeah.
So I feel like for well, I don't know. I don't want to say for a man or a woman to cheat, but it's just like you know the person. You know you have to know your person before you walk down the aisle with your person.
Absolutely.
You have to know what is my person capable of and not capable of. In the back of your mind, there's always that thing that you just always know that my person is capable of this,
last week,
and my person is not capable of this. So if you know in the back of your mind that my person is capable of this, my dear, just walk down the aisle.
Why are you getting married?
Because you've already taken it this far. Otherwise, like we live in a time where, guys, marriage is not an obligation anymore, regardless of how much pressure will be put on us. Marriage is not something that we need to survive. It's not an achievement.
I treat it as a sacred thing. I treat it as a sacred thing, and that's why I feel I do frown upon people rushing into marriages because they are the ones that result in ended marriages.
Yeah.
And so for me, I think it's a sacred thing that you should make the effort to get to know the person,
Absolutely.
and you should make the effort to actually figure out, okay, because once you get married, cheating is a lot more worse.
Yeah.
You know, when you're married.
Of course.
You know?
Really?
Yes,
I think so.
Yes,
Not
when
in my
you're married, it's a
dictionary.
lot worse. You know? Yeah.
Not in my house.
No, it's more painful.
Not in my dictionary.
Yeah, that's why there's a story of kissing a lot of frogs before you find your prince. Don't be afraid.
Thank you. Date everybody.
Exactly.
Date everybody.
No, that way you have choices.
Oh my gosh. Well, on that note, you know, as I said, date everybody.
Yes.
Just try not too many frogs. I wouldn't go for too many frogs, you know. And like I said in the beginning of the show, this episode today is not going to be repeating this Saturday. It's going to be repeating in a fortnight. So all our episodes, our live shows, are going to be repeating every fortnight. So you will be catching the Saturday's episode will be last week's episode that you'll be watching, and this episode is going to be airing in 2 weeks' time. And so we've had a fantastic episode today, ladies. You enjoyed enjoyed yourselves?
Yes, I did.
Yes. Cleo Ice Cream, thank you so much for gracing us with your presence. It's been amazing having you.
It's been amazing.
Fantastic. And so we will see you again next week on another episode of The Sporah Show. For me, it's goodbye.
Cleo Ice Queen, yeah. Look into my eyes and tell me you will stay with me. We don't need a reason to let go. You know I'm a fighter, but I only fight to fight for this love. Call me a survivor, but I can survive without love. Hold up. Love for the money, for the game, for the power, for the fame. Love for a good name, a good frame of mind, cause most of these cats insane. Claim to fame is only 15 minutes. I've been in it, been handing out tickets. I've been rocking, been filling out my pocket. The only one that's real is you, man. My status above basic, you sad. They said I'll never make it, said it's so bad. Gotta stay bougie, rocking out the two-piece. No dabber than Gucci, that African butter. Shaped up, soaked up, all day. So love. If you wanna rock to this, if you wanna dance to this, you gotta give me that. Say you wanna rock to this, say you wanna dance to this, you better give me that. If you wanna rock to this, if you wanna dance to this, you better give me that. Never have a reason to let go. Sometimes folks try to bring you down, but you cannot entertain the silly clowns. Gotta know your road. Gotta know your story, gotta let it unfold. You never win if they praying for your downfall. You run the race, you set the pace that you can handle. You reach the finish line, you're chilling in a condo. Strength in the voice, confidence in the flow. She got the poise, she got him wanting more. She's stacking up legit, no shortcuts. She's sweating in the gym, did you roger that? Been in it, been handing out tickets. I've been rocking, been filling out my pocket. The only one that's real is you, man. My status above basic, you sad. They said I'll never make it, said it's so bad. Gotta stay bougie, rocking out the two-piece. No dabber than Gucci, that African butter. Shaped up, soaked up, all day. So love. If you wanna rock to this, if you wanna dance to this, you gotta give me that. Say you wanna rock to this,